Hi! In today's video, I'm covering the most important things that you need to include in your media kit, as well as why you need a one sheet if you don't already have one. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Jay and I'm the creator of 11th Street Studio Influencer Agency. So if you'd like to learn more about how you can join our community for influencers, check out the links below this video to our main website, as well as to our membership website, where you can join as a member to gain unlimited access to all of our e-courses about influencer marketing, social media growth, and social psychology for social media. Okay, now let's chat about today's topic. So let's face it, if you're serious about building a career on social media, you need to have a killer media kit to share with all the brands that you want to work with. So today I'm sharing how you can create your own media kit and what exactly you should include in it. Because remember, whether you're a nano, a micro, macro, or mega influencer, an up-to-date current media kit is something that you need to have on hand at all times. So starting now, I'd like you to think of your media kit as like a creative business card / CV. It's a portfolio essentially of all of your work in one document, right? And whether you're a blogger, influencer, YouTuber, or creator of any kind, you want to have a document that represents all of your work, your achievements, and your future goals. And to be honest, this is important to have whether brands are approaching you or you're pitching brands. Having a media kit is going to help you to really stand out. And another reason why sharing a media kit with brands is important is that it gives you the chance to tell your unique story. It literally features all kinds of information about you and your brand and your audience by listing really important demographics, social statistics, as well as any website traffic statistics if you have a blog. I also highly recommend you include any previous media contributions or publicity that you've earned. So what exactly do you include in your media kit? Well, to start, 1 or 2 photos of yourself, your logo if you have a blog, and about the influencer or an about the blogger section if you have a blog, and about the blog section, your current audience demographics, and any unique services that you offer, such as blog writing services or product photography. And again, if you have a blog, traffic statistics. And naturally, you want to include your social media statistics, as well as an as seen in section to mention any press coverage that you've earned. I also recommend that you include a what others are saying section and include any positive references that you've collected over the years. And of course, it should go without saying, you want to also include your contact info. Now, on a side note, while some media kit templates do have an area where you can include previous brands that you've collaborated with, you may want to leave that out. And the reason for this is pretty straightforward. Some brands may choose not to work with an influencer if they've previously collaborated with their competitors, okay? So because of this, I say just don't risk it. Instead, I suggest adding a category on your blog or creating a simple landing page that you can link to in your Instagram profile called collaborations and include any of your previous partnerships and campaigns there. That way, if a brand is really interested, they can do some searching and figure it out, okay? If not, you won't be written off immediately if you've previously collaborated with their competitors, okay? And to be fair, not all brands will write off an influencer simply because they've previously collaborated with their competitors, okay? However, since it does happen occasionally, I feel it's best to just leave it out, okay? Ultimately though, the choice is yours. So do with this info what you will. So now let's chat about the sections of your media kit and what you should include in them. Starting with your bio. Now, just like your Instagram bio or your TikTok bio, your media kit bio is extremely important. It's the first thing a brand is going to read when they open your media kit. So you want to make sure that it fully represents you and your brand. In it, you want to highlight your personality, your personal interests, and really speak about what you're passionate about. Next, of course, you want to include 1 to 2 images of your face. Now, this should go without saying, but you should 100% include a headshot or a photo of you on your media kit so that whomever is reading it can put a face to a name. And then of course, I also suggest that you include a dedicated contact info section where you can include your full name, your email address, a phone number, your social media handles, as well as a mailing address where you accept products from brands. Next, you want to have a section for your social stats. Now, as an influencer, it's important to remember that the value that you offer brands isn't just based solely on your stats. So it's extremely important that you're transparent and share your current up-to-date social media statistics, okay? Brands appreciate honesty. Plus, with tools like and Social Blade, it only takes a brand seconds to find out if you're being dishonest about your statistics, okay? So if you're a nano influencer, just remember, it's not all about the numbers. Brands have target markets, and this is something that I really touch on a lot in our members website in the courses. Brands have target markets, and if a brand is super niche, they may be looking for an influencer that reflects their brand's mission or matches their key business locations. So go ahead and show off your audience regardless of the size. I can promise you that brands small and large will approach you for partnerships as long as your audience is authentic and highly engaged. Now, it's also a good idea to include your engagement rate on Instagram, for example, and for any of your other social media accounts. So YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, whatever, include all of your social media stats in that section. And this is because while follower count is important, brands are much more interested in your engagement rate. Now, are there exceptions? Yes. Some brands want exposure, so it makes sense to partner with a mega influencer. Otherwise, they're going to want to know your engagement rate, okay? Why? Because when a brand invests in a partnership with you, they want to make sure that your audience is active, engaged, and will respond positively to whatever you post. So if you haven't already, calculate your engagement rate and highlight it on your media kit. The next thing you want to include is your demographics. Now, this is essential. Like I mentioned earlier, brands have target markets, meaning it's extremely important that you include information about your audience, such as their age, location, gender, etc. in your media kit, because this is how brands will determine if your followers are the type of customers they are hoping to reach, okay? And when a brand is looking to partner with an influencer, they will want to understand as much as they can about your niche or your target audience, okay? They'll look at things like geographic distribution, where your followers are located, gender, age breakdown, how old they are, the language they speak, their approximate income, and so much more. So remember to include your demographics, both for your blog if you have one, and your social media profile, because they're likely to be slightly different. Now, if you do have a blog, in this scenario, many influencers have separate spaces for their blog demographics and for their Instagram demographics, for example. Next, if you do have a blog or a website, you want to include your blog or website statistics. And this is because blog posts tend to have a much longer lifespan than, say, an Instagram post because they're searchable on Google, okay? So brands might want to collaborate on projects on your website as well. And of course, if they do, you can charge a heck of a lot more for that because it is something that lasts so long being searchable on Google. So by all means, include your blog statistics. You can find your page views and unique visitor numbers within your Google Analytics account, or you can use a WordPress plugin like Jetpack to record your visitors every day and share that with brands. Also, I recommend including your highest performing blog posts and any other content that went viral, so to speak, with your audience. This helps brands understand what works best on your blog with your audience and simultaneously highlights your skills and creativity too. Next, you want to include any brand testimonials. If you've been an influencer or blogger for a long time, chances are this probably isn't your first time collaborating with brands. So if you have previous partnership testimonials, make sure to share them in your media kit. Truly, there's no better way to show off your strengths than to share a testimonial from someone who has worked with you. It's real insight into your work ethic and shows how seriously you take your influencer career. Now, if you don't have any testimonials on hand, but you've worked with brands in the past, you can easily email them and ask if they would be willing to give you a reference to be cited on your media kit. On that note, you could also include testimonials from your followers or blog subscribers. Keep in mind, you don't need a ton of testimonials to make an impact. Okay, now that we've talked about what information you should include in your media kit, it's time to talk about designing your media kit. So when it comes to design, it's important that your media kit looks and feels like an extension of your blog or your Instagram profile's aesthetic, okay? So focus on designing it with the same style, tone of voice, fonts, and color palette, and make sure to only include high quality images. Obviously, you have a lot of information to share in your media kit, so try to make it as clean and easy to read as possible, even if that means adding extra pages. Ultimately, and here's a little bit of psychology for you, it's easier for the reader to digest 3 to 5 well-designed pages than one super cramped page that's really overloaded with information. Okay, so remember that white space really matters. So add a lot of it to your media kit, and keep in mind that people scan more than they read, and they do so, according to MRIs, in an F-shaped pattern. So please, by all means, highlight your most important information so that it can't be missed. Okay, that sums up everything you need to know about designing a media kit. Now, you can certainly hire a graphic designer to design one for you, or you can use websites like Canva or Creative Market to search for pre-designed templates that you can use to create your own, or you can even use Adobe Illustrator if you're especially creative and want to design it from scratch. As for your content, try to keep things simple and to the point. Remember, your media kit tells a story about you and your brand. There's no need to write a novel. Let your images and your statistics and your creativity do the talking for you. And then once you're happy with your design, all you have to do is export it as a PDF, so this is very easy to share with someone via email or embed on your website. Okay, so let's quickly recap. A media kit is a portfolio type of document that is often designed by a graphic designer, complete with photos and statistics, summarizing everything that's important about you and your brand. Within this document, you can easily highlight key information about your audience, website, social media statistics, social media profiles, and so much more, proving to brands why they should work with you. Now, since media kits can range from 2 to 4 pages on average, I suggest also creating a one sheet that you can send over to brands as well. So what's a one sheet? A one sheet is a condensed version of your media kit featuring the most important information that brands want to see up front. In my experience, brands ask for both and typically keep them on file in order to stay in touch with you for future campaigns. Because remember, if a brand isn't currently interested in a partnership with you, chances are they will be interested in the future. So keep that in mind, because I know a lot of you get discouraged when a brand that you're networking with says they're not interested at the moment. The key phrase to remember here is at the moment, okay? So by providing them with both a media kit and a one sheet, you're leaving the door open for future potential partnerships. So what do you need to include in your one sheet? Well, first, a photo of you. Just one is enough. After that, I would include a logo if you have a blog, your current audience demographics, your current social statistics, your current website statistics, a simple about you statement, and an about the blog statement if you have a blog. Of course, include a short list of any services you offer, your contact info, and if you have press, a short press section. Okay, before I go, if your current media kit or one sheet needs an upgrade, make sure to check out the links below this video to Canva and Creative Market, where you can find pre-designed media kit and one sheet templates that you can use to really spruce up your current one sheet and media kit. And again, if you're especially creative, you can also create your own from scratch using Adobe Illustrator. Okay, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And of course, check out the links below this video to our main website where you can find out how to join our influencer community, as well as to our membership website where if you join as a member, you can gain unlimited access to all of our e-courses and webinars and support within the community, both from myself and a Q&A forum, as well as from other influencers in the community. Okay, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope to see you in the next video.